Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
Today we're going to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, okay.
But don't worry, we're not bringing our hiking boots or anything like that.
No.
This time we're going even deeper.
Interesting.
We're going deep into the geology of the canyon itself.
Oh, wow.
We've got this fascinating article about how scientists are using all this cutting-edge technology to kind of challenge the assumptions about how this landmark was actually formed.
Yeah.
It's like a geological detective story.
It is. Yeah. So to start things off, we need to talk about a legend in the field of geology, Edwin McKee.
Yeah, McKee.
This guy was a geologist who spent over 50 years studying the canyon.
Wow.
And his work was like fundamental in shaping how we even think about how the canyon was formed.
Yeah, what's so cool is that he was so meticulous about like mapping all the different layers of rock.
Right.
Especially a section called the Tonto Group.
Right. And it really became kind of like this cornerstone of geological study.
Yeah, so if you don't know his name, you've definitely seen the impacts of his research.
Exactly.
So McKee was a total rock star in the geology world.
Yeah.
But this was before we like fully understood concepts like plate tectonics or like sea level changes.
Exactly. Imagine trying to solve this giant puzzle, but you only have half the pieces.
Right.
That's essentially what McKee was doing. Wow. He was brilliant, but he was just limited by the scientific knowledge at the time.
Right. So he was working with what he had.
Yeah.
But now we have this new team of scientists from Utah State University, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
Oh, wow.
A bunch of other places. They're revisiting his work with all these modern tools.
Right.
They're taking his foundation and adding all this new understanding to it.
They're focusing on that same Tonto Group that McKee studied.
Okay.
This 500-meter thick layer of rock.
Whoa.
Holds clues to a period known as the Cambrian explosion.
Okay, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah.
The Cambrian explosion.
Oh, yeah.
Refresh my memory. What was that again?
So picture this around 540 million years ago.
Okay.
There was this sudden burst of life on Earth.
Okay.
It's like evolution hit the fast forward button.
What?
We see the first vertebrates appear, animals develop hard shells, and the rising sea levels change the landscape of the planet.
Oh, wow.
And the Tonto Group, with its layers of sediment and fossils, it captures this entire period.
So it's like a snapshot.
Yeah, like a snapshot in time.
So this research team is essentially using the Tonto Group as like a window into this crazy period of evolution.
Right.
But now with a 21st century lens.
Exactly. And they're coming up with some seriously surprising insights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for example, they found evidence of ancient hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
But we're not talking about your average tropical storm here.
Okay.
We're talking potentially more powerful than any hurricane we've ever recorded.
Wow.
Absolutely ravaging the region during the Cambrian period.
I can't even imagine what the weather report would sound like back then.
Oh, man, really?
Mega hurricane incoming.
Yeah, take cover.
Everyone to the bunkers.
Yeah, it gives you a sense of just how extreme the environment was back then.
Yeah.
But that's not all.
Well,
they're also finding that global sea levels were so high during the Cambrian that rocks like those found in the Tonto Group were actually deposited all over the world.
So what we learned from the Grand Canyon could actually help us understand ancient environments.
Yes.
Globally.
On a global scale.
That's amazing.
Yeah. The Grand Canyon suddenly becomes this key to understanding the history of the entire planet.
That's huge.
And then there's the third big insight of the speed of evolution itself.
Okay, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
How can you measure the speed of something that happened millions of years ago?
Well, they're using all these advanced dating techniques to analyze the fossils.
Okay.
Within the Tonto Group specifically. You know those disgusting cockroach-looking creatures?
Oh, yeah, the trilobites.
Yes, the trilobites.
I remember reading about those.
Right, so trilobites evolved extremely rapidly during the Cambrian explosion.
Oh, wow.
And that makes them a really valuable tool for measuring time.
Interesting.
By studying how trilobites changed over these relatively short periods, scientists can actually pinpoint the pace of evolution during this era.
Wow. Okay, so we've got ancient superstorms.
Yeah.
Clues to a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
And a way to track the speed of evolution all locked within the walls of the Grand Canyon.
It's incredible.
This is amazing.
And it just reinforces the fact that science isn't about being right or wrong. It's about constantly building upon existing knowledge.
Right.
This research isn't discrediting McKee's work at all. It's adding to it.
Right. It's like he gave us the first draft.
Yeah.
And now this team is revising and expanding it.
Exactly.
With their research. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But this is only the beginning, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's so much more to unpack here.
You bet. And you know what's even more fascinating is these discoveries aren't just about rewriting the history of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
They're about rewriting our understanding of the Cambrian period as a whole.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a quick break.
Okay.
And we'll be back to talk about
All right.
all the amazing things that this means. It's amazing to think that something as permanent as the Grand Canyon
Right.
could have its history rewritten.
Yeah, it really highlights
Yeah.
how dynamic science is.
It makes you wonder what other, facts that we just take for granted
Exactly.
might be challenged in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
who would have guessed that the Grand Canyon
Right.
would hold clues to a global event like the Cambrian explosion?
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing.
So imagine this.
Okay.
The Tonto Group, those rocks we were talking about,
Uh-huh.
they were formed during a time of incredibly high sea levels.
Okay.
And those sea levels
Yeah.
weren't just high locally.
Right.
They were high all over the world.
So you're saying those same rocks
Yeah.
could be found in other parts of the world,
Exactly.
holding the same secrets about the Cambrian explosion.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon becomes this window into a global phenomenon. And with these new research techniques, those connections are becoming clearer than ever before.
Okay, this might sound like a silly question.
Yeah.
But why should anyone care about this?
Right.
Why should we care about ancient hurricanes or trilobites?
What?
What's the relevance to our lives today?
On one hand, it's just pure curiosity and a sense of wonder.
Right.
Uncovering the history of our planet and how life evolved.
Yeah.
It's just inherently fascinating.
Absolutely. But I think there's a more practical side to this research too, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Oh.
By studying past climate extremes, like those intense Cambrian hurricanes,
Right.
we can gain insights into how the Earth's systems respond to major changes.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
It's like looking back in time to see how the planet has reacted to similar challenges in the past,
exactly.
which could help us understand the climate challenges we face today.
Exactly. And remember how we were talking about
Yeah.
the rapid diversification of life?
Yeah, the trilobites.
During the Cambrian, right? So studying that explosion of life,
Right.
understanding how and why it happened,
Yeah.
can also help us understand biodiversity and evolution today.
Okay.
This knowledge is essential for conservation efforts,
Right.
protecting the incredible variety of life on our planet.
So it's not just about rocks and fossils.
Right.
It's about understanding this big picture,
Yes.
the interconnectedness of life on Earth,
It is.
and how the past can inform the present.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Wow.
It really makes you appreciate the vastness of time
Yeah.
and the incredible journey life has taken to get us to where we are today.
It's humbling.
Right.
It reminds us that we are a part of something much bigger than ourselves, a story that's still unfolding.
This research is just one chapter in that ongoing story of scientific discovery.
That's a great point.
And it begs the question if what we thought we knew about the Grand Canyon
Right.
can be challenged, what other seemingly settled knowledge
Yeah.
might be waiting to be overturned.
That's such a great question for our listeners.
Yeah.
What long-held assumptions do they have
Right?
that could be challenged?
What mysteries are they curious about? Maybe this deep dive into the Grand Canyon will inspire them to do a little digging of their own.
Right.
You never know what you might discover just beneath the surface.
It's funny, we often think of these natural wonders like the Grand Canyon
Right.
as being almost frozen in time.
Yeah.
But this research shows us just how dynamic our planet is.
It does.
Even the Grand Canyon has a story that's still being written.
It's a powerful reminder that the Earth is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
The canyon is a testament to that ongoing process, a place where the forces of nature have shaped something truly awe-inspiring.
Yeah, over millions of years.
Millions of years.
And the most exciting part is
Yeah.
we're still uncovering new chapters in that story.
Absolutely.
Who knows what other secrets are hidden within those layers of rock,
Right.
just waiting to be discovered.
It's an invitation for all of us to keep exploring, to keep asking questions, and to never lose that sense of curiosity about the world around us.
Well said.
Thank you.
So we've journeyed back millions of years,
Yeah.
explored ancient superstorms, and uncovered clues to a global phenomenon,
Yeah.
all hidden within the walls of the Grand Canyon.
All in the Grand Canyon.
We've seen how science is constantly evolving, building on the work of those who came before us,
Right.
pushing the boundaries of what we thought we knew.
Exactly.
And most importantly, we've been reminded that there's always more to learn,
Always.
more to discover, more to wonder about.
If this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, maybe it's time to do a little digging of your own.
That's a great idea.
What truths do you hold that might need a second look?
Yeah.
What mysteries are you itching to explore? The answers might be closer than you think.
That's it for our deep dive into the Grand Canyon.
Right.
We hope you enjoyed exploring the ever-changing world of science with us.
Yeah, it was fun.
Until next time, keep asking questions and keep digging deeper.